Hello and welcome to Chapter 17 of our Python 3 Basics tutorial series. In this chapter what we're going to be talking about is classes. So we're not going to get too in-depth with classes in this video. Instead what I'd like us to do is kind of break down how classes actually work. We will write our own class, but we're not going to get there. You can do a lot of things with classes, so we're not going to get too in-depth here. That's a little bit more advanced. But it is useful if you can understand a class, so hopefully by the end of this you'll be able to look at someone's class and still at least understand what they're doing there, and also understand the purpose of classes. So with that, we're going to make a calculator with our class. So to define a class, you just write class, and that's it. And then you give the class name. In our scenario, we're going to call it class calc. And there's no parameters here, we're just going to do a colon. Then what you're going to do is you're going to embed functions. So what we'll do is we'll say define add, and for add there will be x and y, and then we'll say answer equals x plus y, and then we'll say print answer. Okay. Now we'll define sub for subtract, x, y again, colon, answer equals x minus y, print answer. Then again, now we're going to do multiplication, so we'll define mult, x, y, colon, answer equals x multiplied by y, and since we're adding all these nice spaces, let's add one there too. And then we'll say print answer. And then finally, we'll do division, define div x, y, and answer is going to equal x divided by y. And then we'll print answer. So now we've created our calc class. And so what we can do at this point is we can run it. So let's hit F5, we'll save that and run it. And now we have this calc class loaded into memory. So let's say we want to use it. Well, to use it, we would say calc dot, and then what do we want to do? Do we want to add, subtract, multiply, or whatever? And if you sit there long enough, you will get all these options. So you can use your arrow key and pick it, and it kind of makes coding a little faster. I tend to not use it very much, but it is there if you wanted to. So let's say we want to, I guess we'll do add. And then in here is where you're going to put your parameters. So what do we want to add? Let's say 5 and 3. We'll run that, and the return is 8. Similarly, we can do calc.mult, and we'll do 5, 3 again, and we get 15. Okay. Calc.div, 5 and 3, 1.6666, and calc.sub, 5, 3, and we get 2. So hopefully that makes at least a little bit of sense as far as how that works, right? You're referencing calc.add is just the class, and it's a lot like a module, so to speak. So we can almost envision this as like the class as a module, and all these functions are functions within the module. So calc.add refers to calc and then the function add and so on. And that's pretty much it. With classes though, you can do all sorts of things with initialization and then some sort of default parameters and passing things through. And so I don't want to get into that because that's a little bit more of an advanced topic, but you can use classes in this fashion, and you should at least be able to read through a class by this point and see what someone is doing with their code and their class. So that's going to conclude classes. In the next video, what we're going to be talking about is some basic math operations with the statistics module, as well as we'll cover raw input real quickly. Two fairly quick topics to cover, but both extremely useful. So stay tuned for Chapter 17. Thanks for watching.